Hold on, guys. I have something to say. Hola, mi nombre es Timmy y estoy a punto de comer en un buffet. Tengo mucha hambre y tengo 3 estómagos como un avestruz. Oh my gosh, the half Cuban side really jumped out. Today I'm gonna be eating at the all-you-can-eat buffet right here. Hi, yeah, this is future editing Timmy here. You may have noticed that I did edit out the name of the restaurant, and that's because filming Timmy ended up having a terrible time. He ended up dragging this place, okay? I think that it might be a small business, and you guys know I would never want to affect anyone's livelihood or business. And so that is why I am leaving the name out. Hope you understand, girlies. And they serve Latin American food and Chinese food, both. Because you know why, girlies? They have range. They said, I don't want to be known for just one thing. I want to do it all. You know, like Meryl Streep, they can play the devil that wears Prada and the mama from Mamma Mia. It's the versatility for me. I'm gonna be eating and taste testing as much food as I can possibly handle. And you guys know I can handle a lot, okay? I'm a hungry man. In fact, the Hungry Man frozen food brand was named after me. The creator looked at me and he said, wow, he's hungry. He inspires me to be hungrier. And the rest was history. Anyways, I'm excited, guys. I have never been here. We have multiple cuisines to feast on. But whenever I taste test food from like different cuisines, I do like to make it known that I am not an expert in these cuisines. I'm always gonna try to be as respectful as possible, but if I don't like something, you're gonna know. My taste buds, the millions of them, cannot tell a lie. They're like Ella Enchanted. And yes, they do look like gorgeous Anne Hathaway. She's stunning. And so are my taste buds. They're more beautiful than Cinderella. They smell like pine needles and they have a face like sunshine. But before we go in, guys, give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It's the easiest way to support me and my whole career. Also subscribe if you're new here. I make food content, buffet, restaurants, traveling food videos, theme park food videos, hotel videos. It's a great time. Okay, I'm getting quite sweaty. It's time to go in and feast. So this is a little bit of the outside of the restaurant. I'm not showing you the name once again because I don't want to have that kind of effect in the multiverse, okay? And this is the inside. I love the little hanging lights, very magical. I mean, we are in Orlando, so Miss Tinkerbell probably visited and went, here's some pixie dust. And this is my table. I got a whole booth to myself. Now, at this point, past filming, Timmy was still very excited to eat here. I mean, the food looks quite scrumptious, quite scrumdiddlyumptious in the words of Mary Poppins. Doesn't she say that? Wait, who says scrum? No, that's Willy Wonka. Anyways, the food looked really good, and filming Timmy had very high hopes. He thought this was gonna be his moment to devour, to digest, and to thrive, but that is not what happened. Do you see the clams back there? Guys, there's clams. I don't eat clams, but I was tempted to look through them to find some pearls. You know, I want to make a necklace, but I did not do that. So I showed you guys like all the Chinese food. Now this is more of like some American food, some mac and cheese, and some Latin American food. As you can see, we have some flattened croissants back there, legit just crushed. And there's a lot of different things, so take it all in. Smell it through the screen. I wish we had smell-o-vision. Actually, I don't, because I burp a lot on this channel and you guys would have left a long time ago. Or just passed out, whichever. Anyways, guys, I'm doing this voiceover in the morning. I'm half asleep. I'm so sorry. And here we have some more Latin American food, some black beans, some pink beans, some rice, some congri, some puerco, some carne. And I'm not Googling these, guys. I actually know how to speak Spanish only when it comes to food. Because I've ordered at a lot of Cuban restaurants. And here we have the salad section. By the way, guys, I am gonna try like the different cuisines in different rounds. I'll explain that more in a second. But yeah, just so you can prepare for that. They also had some ice cream, which I actually forgot to try, but it looked pretty good. They had 5 flavors, so that's very nice variety. And this is the dessert section. They have some cupcakes, some arroz con leche, this banana strawberry soup looking thing, tres leche, pudding, flan, and a couple different things. So that's the buffet, guys. Now, this is what I got for my first round. This is the Latin American round. I got a tostone, which is basically a squished fried plantain. It's like a big, thick chip, kind of. And then I got a flattened croissant. And then I did not know what these were, but I did find out what they were, so stay tuned. I also got a big piece of fried yuca. Love her. I also got half of an empanada. I thought it was chicken, it's not. And then I got some congri, and I got some rice with pink beans, and a piece of carne steak, and a chunk of pork. And that's the first round. Okay, girly, so it's quite quiet in here. There's not a lot of people. So I'm gonna try to speak low, but loud enough so that you can hear me. But we want to be respectful. We want to be courteous, you know? We want to curtsy. I'm excited. I think a lot of the food looks really, really good. Some of it, I don't know what it is because I think the labels were kind of in like different places and a little confusing, but my taste buds are investigators and they're going to investigate this and find out exactly what everything is. Now, I do know most of it because I'm half Cuba, but I don't know everything. I'm human just like you. I cry, I laugh, I live, laugh, love. Anyways, I'm a little nervous. Can you tell? I don't think you can. Okay, let's first try this flattened croissant. It looks like Cuban bread to me, but like in croissant form, which is very interesting. Okay. I do like the flavor. I do. I think it's buttery. It tastes like a typical croissant with like extra butter that it's been grilled with. And whatever this is, rosemary, parsley, thyme, space. But I will say the texture is quite stale in the sense that it's stale. It's dry. It's stale. It's hard to bite through. But I do love the flavor, so we love a positive moment. Oh, quickly, by the way, guys, I have a meal plan happening here, okay? So this is the Latin American round, and then we're gonna do a American food round, and then a Chinese food round, and then dessert. And I'm gonna score each round from 1 to 10. Also, price. This was only $17.03 before the tip. But it's $17, guys, and the buffet is quite vast. The array is spread out. Like, I can't believe it's not butter on a piece of bread. Let's continue with the food. Okay, next up, let's try the rice and pink beans. I love any kind of like red beans or pink beans, Cuban style. It's my favorite. So let's see. Okay, yeah. It tastes really good. The rice is really fluffy and the beans are quite seasoned, very salty, and they kind of taste like homemade like Cuban beans to me. Let's try the congri. Now, congri is basically like rice and black beans that have been cooked together at the same time with like tons of seasonings and like typically green bell peppers, things like that. I'm gonna whisper this, okay? Okay, so, hey Daddy, this is ASMR. Did you hear my mouth? The congri to me really doesn't taste like congri. It tastes like a spoonful of instant coffee. If you really want the energy and the caffeine, maybe this is for you. But you guys know I'm not a big coffee drinker and I just did not expect a mouthful of instant coffee. Also, the beans were quite hard and the overall texture just felt kind of stale, like it's been sitting out. Oh my gosh. Stop it. Stop making a scene. You're destroying our family. Next up, let's try the pork. Pork is a classic. You guys know I love me pork. I love me some lechon. I've seen a whole pig being cooked in a backyard in a wooden box. Now that's authentic. If you haven't seen that, you're not half Cuban like me. Let's try the pork. Oh. That's not just good pork, that is fantastic pork. When I tell you that's like top tier, it really is. It's so salty, it's so tender. It has that classic Christmas Eve pork flavor. There's also a hint of garlickiness. It's just actual perfection. Things are looking up, girlies. I'm so impressed. You know, if that pig could speak, it would say, "You underestimated me. Look where I am now. I'm America's Next Top Pig, and I got that CoverGirl contract for $100,000. Fantastic. Let's try this carne. This is pork, not pork. I meant cow. You can't confuse those two animals. They're very different. Let's try this carne. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a little chewy, but it's not more chewy than most like buffet steaks, so that's fine. The flavor is like a light tomatoiness. It doesn't have a lot going on, but it's pleasant and it's good enough. And you know, I think everyone wants to be told sometimes that they're good enough, but they're not great. Sorry. The pork really outshined her, and she's not gonna compete in America's Next Top Cow, but she might make it to the top 30. Now let's try the fried yuca. Fried yuca is a classic. Yeah, it's fine. It's crispy. It tastes like it's been fried. Of course. course it has. It's fried yuca. But what I mean is that it tastes a little extra oily and just the teeniest, tiniest bit stale. But otherwise, it does have that classic fried yuca flavor. If you haven't had fried yuca, think of it as a big, thick, extra starchy French fry. Now let's try this empanada. I think it said that it was chicken. Oh, boiled. That's what it is. Oh, I was mistaken. Girlies, this is not chicken. This is a guava and cream cheese empanada, and it's incredible. I'm shook. I was not expecting this. That's breathtaking. If a guava could suction up air, it would take my breath away. It's so crispy. It tastes freshly fried. It's warm. It's not greasy whatsoever. And the filling is, oh my gosh, it's perfection. The cream cheese side of it tastes like a cheese Danish or a cheesecake. Very rich. And then the guava side is really tangy. It's very potent guava. And the tropicalness with the dairy, it's like a palm tree on a farm. It comes together and it's perfection. That was such a surprise. I wasn't expecting it. I feel like I just had a whole surprise party with all my loved ones and my fiance who went to Jared. Just best surprise of my life. Now let's try the tostone. It's a little tough, a little rocky, a little mountainy. Okay. Sorry. I've had better tostones. It's quite tough. In fact, I think the father was a piece of beef jerky and not a plantain. We gotta call him Jerry. Jerry Springer can figure this out. It just tastes like oil. It doesn't have that salty, classic tostone flavor, and it's just not satisfying to bite into. Okay, next up, let's try whatever these two things are. Now, this is kind of serving croqueta. You guys know I love croquetas. Croquetas are basically ground up ham that has been breadcrumbed and fried. So let's just try this first. Oh, that does not smell like a croqueta. It smells like chicken teriyaki or something. What is this? Who is she? Okay. That's very interesting. It tastes like some sort of ground meat, but it's not as finely ground as a croqueta, and it doesn't taste like ham. It might be just like normal pork or chicken, but it mainly has a green bell pepper flavor, which I'm not mad at. It's a little too green peppery for me. It's a little overbearing. I think it could be crispier, and yeah, I don't know what it is. And even if we don't know her, we still accept her. I just don't know if I want to hang out with her again. When she texts me and says, "Hey girl, I'm about to go to the club. You want to come?" And she's dancing like, I'm gonna say, no girl, I'm sorry. You smell like a green pepper. Now let's try this. Similar shape, totally different look. This looks like a fried Twinkie or something. You never know, it could be. I thought the guava empanada was a chicken. Oh my goodness. That was one of the best things I've had so far. You might be thinking, Timmy, what was that? Was that a banana? No, it was corn. It tasted like a fried corn casserole dumpling. It did kind of serve like cornbread, but it was more pasty than that. So it was more of a corn casserole, and it was quite sweet as well. There was some sort of a cream cheese in the center. I've never had anything like that, and I'm obsessed. I need a billion more. The texture was so satisfying to bite into because the outside was quite crunchy and then the inside was almost silky. Silky corn, can you believe that? Like, what farm do they grow that on? The farm of class and elegance? I loved it. One of the best things. Okay, so off of my first two plates, my three favorite things were the pulled pork, the guava and cheese empanada, and the corn creation. So this is my American food round. It looks very sad. I got some pasta salad, very shiny, glistening, and applied some highlighter. I also got a piece of barbecue chicken, and then I got some fries, looking dried up and crustified, some mac and cheese, looking like cheese soup, and a piece of pizza covered in cheddar cheese for some reason, a very adorable crispy looking fried egg, and some chicken nuggets, which look like they've been dipped in water and not ketchup. Okay, I think we can all agree that the American round does not look as pleasant as the Latin American round, but that's one of their main things. These are like extras, so we can't expect the world. This is life. This is reality. Something smells like wine. I think it's her. I think it's Miss Poyle right here. She smells like a stomped on grape. Let's first try a French fry. Okay, they taste like they used to be good French fries in a different lifetime. They taste like reheated fries from a sit-down restaurant. So they have that waxy starchiness that happens when you put fries in the fridge. That is the vibe to me. They do have the skins on them, so they are serving vitamins and minerals, because that's where all the vitamins and minerals are. If you're just eating the inside of a potato, you don't care about yourself. They do have a slight seasoned flavor. They are quite salty, but like I said, they don't taste fresh whatsoever. Next up, let's try. Should we try the egg? Miss Huevo. We have mother and daughter here. It's a reunion. The mom's like, oh, how have you been? You're so grown up. And the daughter's like, what are you talking about? You're trying to make conversation. I'm still just an egg. Ooh, it's yolky. It's very yolky. I don't mind a yolky egg. I actually quite enjoy yolky eggs, but I like the egg to be cooked enough that the little white jiggly thingies are fully cooked, and then the yolk is drippy. So I'm always aware of the little jiggly thingies. My mom calls them the umbilical cord. She's so crazy. Can't take her anywhere. I love you, Mom. My mother watches every video, and she waits by her computer every Saturday asking me, is it up yet? Is it up yet? I love her so much. Anyways, let's try this fried egg. It's very fried. Let's go. That tastes like a good fried egg. It's very crispy. It tastes like it's been fried in good fresh oil. And it just has a plain old egg flavor. It does taste salted, but there's nothing else going on. It's an egg, so I'm happy with it. How can you be mad at an egg? What has an egg done to you? Now let's try the chicken nugget. Okay. At first I was like, okay, this tastes like a frozen chicken nugget. But the more I chewed, the more it disintegrated in my mouth and just kind of fell apart. Like the flavor didn't bother me, but the texture did. And it got kind of a mushiness in there. Something was different. I know people say it's good to be unique and different, but if you're a chicken nugget, it's not. Be like everyone else, please. Now let's try the pizza. So it seems to have cheddar on it, which is a bit different. Now I know this isn't technically American food, it's like Italian food, right? But I included it with the American plates because this is the only Italian item they have. And I didn't want to have a whole Italian round for it. I know Giada probably wanted me to. She probably said, sorry, Giada. It's not all about you. Let's try it. That reminds me of like good cheap like Chuck E. Cheese pizza or like a frozen pizza with like a big extra glob of cheddar cheese thrown on top of it, which I really enjoyed. I think it made it saltier, more exciting to eat, more different, more fun. The tomato sauce tastes simple and the crust just tastes like any old frozen pizza crust. But overall, I think it's enjoyable. Thank you so much. Now let's try the mac and cheese. Now the mac and cheese's texture does seem to be quite loose. And I'm not talking like loose as in going to Koreatown. I mean more like just a little soupy. Also, there seems to be macaroni noodles and penne pasta. I bet Giada snuck that in there. She was like, here, make more tagliano. So I'm gonna get a piece of penne and a macaroni. Let's try it. I don't know how to describe that. By the way, I would just like to state in this video, this is all my personal opinion and it does not reflect on this restaurant. This is all my own taste buds opinions. With that being said, I'm shocked. It tastes almost like frozen Stouffer's mac and cheese that got old. Like in the sense that it tastes a little extra sour and there is sort of a burnt rubber flavor in there. It tastes like the road after someone made a tire mark, but with cheese on it. So I do not really want to digest that because I just don't know if it's gonna agree with me personally. It might agree with you. It might say, yes, sis, I'm on the same page, but me and her definitely disagree. Now let's try the macaroni salad. Here she is. That is probably the lowest in my ranking of the day, to put it kindly. It tastes like trash that's been marinating in a trash bag for a week, in my opinion. It has a very potent, sharp, garbage flavor. That's the flavor profile. If you've ever smelled that, that's what this tastes like. It also has this like a pickled sourness to it that is just adding to the main flavor profile essence. But the noodles are perfectly al dente, so we can appreciate that. Now let's try this barbecue chicken. I don't want to touch it because I don't want to get my hands dirty. Let me just, come on, okay. That is pretty good barbecue chicken. You know, I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it is cooked nicely. It's tender. And the barbecue flavor is almost strong enough. I just need it to be a little stronger, a little bit more tangy, a little bit more smokiness. And I would like it if the barbecue chicken was a little more coated in that, you know? Definitely a nice item compared. I think I'm gonna have to give the American food round a 2 out of 10. I feel bad. I feel bad, guys, but I have to be honest, I cannot tell a lie. Come on, Ellen, she had to taste buds. It is now time for the Chinese food round, so let's see how this goes. So this is the Chinese food round. As you can see, I got an egg roll. Looks like I just saw a ghost. Casper? I got a piece of sweet and sour chicken, a piece of pepper steak, a piece of orange chicken, some pork fried rice, a chicken pot sticker, and lo mein noodles. Okay, girlies, this is looking promising. Besides the egg roll, which is not golden brown, it's actually quite pale. Maybe it's just cosplaying as Beth from Little Women, you know? Comic-Con just passed, and Beth is a very popular character to play. You just need, you know, a bed, a bowl of chicken soup, and a thermometer. Anyways, let's try that first. It tastes like week-old Campbell's chicken noodle soup for some reason. You know, I know Campbell's is a very popular soup brand, but I didn't think, oh my God, she really is cosplaying as Beth. It tastes like chicken soup. I do like the texture in the sense that it's crispy on the outside, and then there's a bit of a doughiness on the inside of the wrapper. That's very nice. The filling to me just doesn't taste like an egg roll. It tastes like old. It doesn't have that cabbagey flavor. It just tastes like canned chicken noodle soup, but like ancient. Next up, let's try the sweet and sour chicken. You can't go wrong with this, guys. You can't. Yeah. It's not disgusting or anything. It just, it isn't good. So it tastes like chicken, but you know how like when you cook certain chicken tenders in the microwave, they have a grease flavor to them that is unavoidable. And it's almost like this extra meatiness. That's what this has to me. And I am a man, I like my meat, but I don't like meat that much. I do like the breading though. It's your typical sweet and sour chicken breading. So I like that. It's just the chicken within that is throwing me off. The sweet and sour sauce tastes great though. It tastes like sweet and sour sauce. Next up, let's try the fried rice. I think it has pork in it. Love that. It tastes like wine. It tastes like how the barbecue chicken smells. It isn't bad. There is that fried rice flavor in the background, but there's a wine flavor that's taking over. I don't know if it's just in the pork. Maybe it is. Let me try the rice without the pork. No, it still has that wininess. Yeah. Let's keep going. Let's try the pot sticker. It's good. It tastes like any frozen pot sticker, which is a compliment. I love frozen pot stickers. It's quite crispy on the outside. It's been fried well. And the inside has that classic green onion, ginger, soy sauce flavor, which is what we all love. So I'm fine with that pot sticker. I'm not blown away, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that. Next up, let's try the lo mein. I love how thick these noodles are. I've never met a noodle that could melt in my mouth like cotton candy, but now I have. It's nice to meet you. My name's Timmy. I feel like there was a soggy outer layer of the noodle that just kind of dissolved the moment that it hit my tongue. But there was a slight inner noodle that had a normal texture, but like deep inside. Flavor-wise, it does have your classic lo mein flavor with a hint of peanut butter. Kind of reminded me of pad thai just a little bit, but I couldn't get past the texture. It was a little dark-sided, a little scary. And you guys know this channel is all about positivity and light. A deviled egg isn't a deviled egg twist, it's an angel egg. So I'm gonna stay away from that. Now let's try the orange chicken. This is what it looks like on the inside. That's a very kind of different orange chicken than what I'm used to. The chicken on the inside, just like with the sweet and sour chicken, had that microwaved flavor, but this was much chewier. The breading wasn't your typical orange chicken breading. The breading didn't serve. It didn't slay. It didn't eat the house down, mama. It was very thin, but not crispy thin. It was like soggy thin. But the orange chicken sauce was actually good. It tastes like orange chicken sauce. We're just gonna move on once again, and we're going to try this pepper steak. I'm scared of this big flap. My purse. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. It tastes like beef and broccoli steak. That's what it tastes like. Beef and broccoli steak doesn't have a lot of flavor. It is simple, but it goes well with the broccoli. It's just very that. It's typical. It could be a little less chewy, but I'm not mad at that. I'm really not. I think I'm gonna give the Chinese food round a 2 out of 10 as well. So now we're gonna go have dessert. Now dessert is a safe space, so I'm hoping that it aids. I think it will. Dessert is served, and honestly, the plate is giving chaos. Nothing matches, nothing works, but that's the beauty of life. We have half a dried up cinnamon roll slash donut hybrid. We have some arroz con leche, aka rice pudding, some flan, some tres leche, a little apple pastry with random sprinkles on it, and a cupcake. Let's first try this half a donut cinnamon roll thingy that's in syrup. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's soaked through. I really thought that I was gonna feel comforted by this plate. And the first thing I try is something so stale. Oh, I'm gonna get through this. So that tastes like a honey bun, but it's not only stale on the outside, it's stale all the way through to the center of the core of the honey bun. I understand that it's soaked with some sort of syrup, maybe to bring it back to life, but you just can't do that. I don't think it's possible. Truly, it has the texture of hardened, caked up dust with a honey bun flavor. So there's a bright side to everything. Next up, let's try the flan. Now, flan is iconic, guys. This is it. A lot of Cubans love to eat flan, including myself. It's basically like a gelatinous custard. It's delicious. And it has caramel sauce all over it. Now, this is very yellow flan. I'm not used to this. Usually our flan is more of a, like a cream beige color. Yeah, it tastes like flan with maybe a little bit extra egg yolk. I don't know, it tastes a little extra eggy. But other than the slight extra egginess, it tastes good. I am happy with it. It has that classic flan flavor and a very nice firm texture that I really do like. I think it's very satisfying to sink your fork into. It's like, oh. Now let's try the tres leches. It seemed like there was just like a vat of like milk, and then they just like kind of chopped up chunks of cake and just put it on top of the milk. So I'm not sure if this is made like the classic tres leche way. Oh, that's all right. It has more of a butterscotchy, slight mocha flavor than what I'm used to, but it's not bad. It's just very mocha-y. I think that the caffeinated girlies would like this a lot. And it does have that tres leche texture, that gorgeous custardy, soggy cake that I love so much. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Next up, let's try the rice pudding. It's not bad. It does have a bit of a watered down flavor to it. It isn't super strong rice pudding, but it does have that classic rice pudding milkiness that I love. And there's that nice nutmeggy cinnamon flavor. I just wish it was a little bit sweeter and a little bit more concentrated. Now let's try this little apple pastry thingy. And that tastes like a little store-bought apple pastry from Publix. In fact, that's what it may be. I'm not sure. It's flaky, a lot of little croissant-y type layers. And then we have a nice, simple, classic apple pie filling. I'm okay with that. Okay, last but not least, we have this chocolate cupcake covered in different frostings. So I'm just gonna use my fork because it looks kind of messy. At first glance, it tastes like a typical chocolate-rich cake, and I really like that. And the frosting's actually quite good too. It's like a light, airy, moussey frosting. But like once I chewed it up, there was a slight fart flavor in it. I mean, like in the sense that what I mean is it tastes like that smell. you know. Some of you may have taste tested something like that. I personally haven't. I've only gotten a whiff. If that flavor wasn't in the background, I would probably eat the whole thing. But because of that flavor, now I'm apprehensive. I'm a little scared. I'm gonna have to give the dessert plate a 4 out of 10. So future editing Timmy is gonna calculate together all 4 scores and he's gonna find the average so we get one big final score. What is it, future editing Timmy? Well, past filming Timmy, my calculations based on the fart cupcake to the jerky tostone, the average score is 3.3 out of 10. I know it's quite disappointing, but past filming Timmy is used to being a disappointment. Wow. Success. So I'm gonna go. So that was definitely a meal that I taste tested, and this is a video that I filmed. I just want to say that life isn't perfect. I'm not gonna like every single meal, but we got through it together, and I swear next video is gonna be a lot more delicious. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.